Hey guys, what you see in front of you is the Ganzo G722 of the orange scale variety. I've had this for a while now, but this is the first time I'm getting a chance to show it to you. In my opinion, I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is like their version of an upgrade to the G720. I mean, you can see there's some sorry about the fogginess. You can see there's some differences. The one main difference is well, obviously the scales, and secondly is this is the access lock, and this one is a frame lock. But in my opinion, this is trying to be like an upscale to that knife. But let's take a look at it, and I have my video. If you look down below in the description, I mentioned the praises of this knife a long time ago, and it's still a great knife, but it's a tank. So let's see if its upgrade is similar. So let me just take you around it really quick. Nice orange scales. You can see it's very grippy, has that pitted look. If you remember on the access lock, it had the G10 on both sides. This one has the G10 just on the one side, and it's a frame lock. Still has that glass breaker with a lanyard hole. This one, the scale's more flat, where on the G720 it's more rounded. Obviously a different pattern too. Now, right off the bat, it feels heavy. I felt this heavy as the other Ganzo, but I put it on a scale. I'm going to put it on a scale in front of you and show you too. Let me just show you around some more. I mean, you got to be into. If you like the G720, you're going to love this knife. And if you haven't had any experience with the G720, you got to like heavy knives. So if you're into heavier knives, this is definitely for you. A lot of people, you know, anything above 4 and 5 ounces is already starting to be too heavy for them, so this will probably not be for you. Now we're going to measure it up a little bit. I didn't have my trusty dollar handy, but I rarely ever have a 50, so since I just happen to have one right now, and it's not going to probably be around for long, I figured, what the heck, let it make its video debut. So there it is against a 50. Let's see, here it is. I'm trying a different backdrop, different way of filming. I'm just trying to change it up a little bit. There it is against the ruler. Now, weight-wise, let's bust out the scale. I was a little surprised. I thought, not sure if you're gonna be able to see the digital. I won't know until after I check this video. If not, I'll tell you what it is anyway. Hold on, let it start up. Ounces shows to be 7.3 ounces. Now, what's odd is that the 720 is exactly the same. So I was thinking about one side with less scales. I thought, you know, maybe they did a little upgrade and maybe they lightened it, but instead it's the exact same weight. Now, this knife can be had pretty much everywhere. Now, give or take $1 or $2, anywhere from $16 to $20, and as you would expect from Ganzo, as usual, very, very sharp. Prior to this video, I only did one cut, and it was cutting just like it is like now, like a hot knife through butter. Now, my particular knife, the centering was just a slightly off. To your advantage, it's slightly to the right. No big deal. Sorry about that. And also, I noticed with mine, the lockup is a little bit past 50% point. I like it where it's 50% or less, but it's not that bad. You know, it does have an over travel, you know, for the frame lock. It does close very nicely. Now, what I don't like is kind of the same thing I don't like about the 720. I don't know if I mentioned that in my previous video. I'm not a big fan. Once you've had one knife with a glass breaker, that's great and all, but I'm not a big fan of the glass breaker. Another reason is I wanted to take the original one off, and I still have yet. I know there's a tool for it, and I don't have it, and I've been trying to do it without the proper tool, and I can't get that damn thing off. Because I'd rather just take that clip off, you know. Because I'm not going to be clipping this heavy knife to my pocket anyway. More than likely, it's going to go in a bag or in my car. But I just wish this clip was was able to be taken off a little bit easier. Now I know those of you who like a deep pocket carry. I mean, it doesn't get any deeper, so you're going to like this clip. And if you got a lot of tools, you're not going to mind having this kind of clip on, because if you don't like it, you can take it off. But I per se don't, you know, not a big fan. There you see it's got some jimping on here. Opens up very nicely. Here it is in the hand. I like this knife a lot. Now, what I would like to see Ganzo do, let's just say for the sake of argument, because I gotta be honest, I didn't look it up, that this is an upgrade to the 720, which in all possibility it probably is. Just wasn't prepared. I'd like to see on a future one, I'd like to see them shave some weight. I'd like to see them try to at least get under the, I was gonna say under the 7 ounces, but I'd like to see them get under 6.5. I've seen videos where people actually, they take this knife and they mill out the scales and they knock at least an ounce off of it. Now, I'd like to see Ganzo follow suit and do that on their own. You know, do something to. I mean, I know we're talking about a $17 knife, so they're maybe not going to go that nuts. But they did make an effort to upgrade, I guess, the 720 to the 722. So I'd like to see them, do something like that. They changed the scales. It's just scales a little bit flatter. They did offer a frame lock, and I believe this knife, don't quote me on this, I believe this knife, you can get this exact knife in a model called 724, because Ganzo's numbers get a little confusing. And you get the 724, which is basically the same knife, except in the frame lock, it's got the access lock again. Now, I like this one better than the 720, only because I'm not the biggest access lock fan in the world. I mean, I don't sit there and flick my knives all day long. I mean, some knives I do, but most knives I don't. And most knives are users. And I'd rather be able to easily, now I can close this with one hand, but I'd rather be able to easily close it with one hand. And I feel I can do that much easier with a frame lock than I can with an access lock. So I do like it in the frame lock variety. So overall, I must say I like this knife. It's a fantastic value. It's extremely sharp. Again, my personal preference. The only thing I dislike about the clip is a part about the glass breaker, and it's very difficult to get off. Now, if it was a glass breaker and it had a common, like, screwdriver or whatever, pliers that you could get off, that's fine. Now, I know the name of the pliers that you can get this off. I mean, I could just easily go out and buy those pliers, but for the average guy, you can't. At least I can't. I can't get this off, without having to go out and buy those special pliers. The name of the pliers eludes me right now. I can't think of it. But otherwise, very cool knife. I highly recommend it. For the price, you can't go wrong. Just some recommendations to Ganzo, what I feel that they could do in the future for an improvement on this knife. Say the 722B, or they give it another number, maybe the 822 if there isn't one called that already. Otherwise, fantastic knife. 440C steel, 7.3 ounces. I forget how long the blade is, but you saw it on the comparison against the ruler. So I'll put all the stats. Some of the stats that maybe I didn't mention in this video, I'll put them in the description. So in case you are a stat freak, you know what to look. You can know to look there. So there you have it. the Ganzo G722-OR, OR for orange. It comes in a variety of colors. I believe there's a black and I believe there's a green as well. There might be more, but I know for a fact that I have at least those 3 colors. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care, everyone, and God bless. Thanks for watching my video, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe.